How you doing, mother? Welcome to the video. I mean, thoughts. Make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn the fucking bell notifications on for make sure to get all top-notch next level G Fuel 10% discount code YouTube content. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the video. Why am I wearing a headset? Like, there's an update coming to Black Ops 4 here pretty soon, and that's the whole title of the video, like, what's the point anymore? And I posed this question on the old Twitters, just momentarily ago, and it's getting a lot of traction, and people are, overall, 99.9% agreeing with what I'm saying. And what's the point of kill streaks if they can be countered or destroyed easily? The point of kill streaks, is it not to make, them fun to use? You actually, you earn them, whether through skill or camping or whatever, you have to earn them. That chase, that grind, to try to unlock a high-end score streak or a kill streak or whatever you want to call it. And the point is you get them and like, oh wow, and it's like feel like a powerful, like, whatever it is you have to be using, and you drop it on people, or you can use AC-130 or Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Moab, nuke, the most fun ever. Like, not just like an in-game stupid thing where you're like, oh yeah, I got a nuke, ooh, I got a little cool medal, like actually was fun to use. And that's the point of the kill streaks. And that they're supposed to be hard to obtain, but once you obtain them, you should be able to rain death on people. And then, so why do we even have them if you can just simply nowadays offset them with a perk like Cold-Blooded? That's the whole point. Cold-Blooded now is going to make you invisible to the Hellstorm missile, so that's great. Or you can just lock on them with no skill anyway whatsoever, with just a simple, grenade launcher or rocket launcher or whatever. Just, do. Oh, that's great. So all the effort and grinding to be able to get that kill streak is simply just offset because someone can select a perk or push one button. And this is why, in my opinion, Call of Duty, I've said this before, I'm sure you probably heard me say it before, but I guarantee you this is one of the main reasons why Call of Duty, not professional MLG Call of Duty, I'm talking like casual, fun YouTube videos, just live streaming, and just the overall fun, casual, like I said that twice, of Call of Duty and the popularity of it. I mean, I know it's selling a lot. Yes, I know. But for those of us who've been playing a long time, this is why I believe Call of Duty gets boring. I mean, it comes out the gate always. It sells a lot. Red Dead Redemption 2 this year, however, sold more and is going to be the biggest selling game of the year. But pretty much every year, other than a Rockstar released game, Call of Duty is the #1 selling game. But as you notice, every year the life expectancy of that game goes down and becomes less and less and less. 3-4 months after launch, sure, Christmas news come out, maybe at the very longest, maybe February, people who got it in November are already getting tired of it by Christmas, but then the Christmas news come out, and so it's kind of fun. You go in there and pub stomp, and then, it's a holiday spirit season, and, people got time off work or whatever, school, and they play the game, and then January rolls around, and then by February, usually it's done, and people are now looking forward to the next Call of Duty with, the new updates that, releases and trailers and spoilers and stuff that'll be coming out, but the current Call of Duty always dies off after 3-4 months. And that's because the actual fun of Call of Duty and what the most fun people had playing Call of Duty, like the Modern Warfare 2 days, the reason why those games are so fun, Modern Warfare 3, #1 selling game of all time, is because not just for the fact that, had stuff in it and cool things and the specialists, but there was that grind, that chase for people to get when you're playing the game. There was like a meta within the game. Like, people now grind for dark camo and try to get nuclears, but it's just a metal, cool, and they try to grind for certain attachments and stuff like that. But when you're just playing the game, there's a meta in every single game, and that was grinding to try to get cool kill streaks and rank up or rack up huge number of kills. And now it's just because the MLG esports agenda, it seems like they focus on that. It's all about guns kills and oh my god, well, how many kills can I rack up? Korean Savage, he goes around and he racks up tons of kills because the guy plays 12 hours a day. Let's just also keep that true here. These guys you see out here getting amazing gameplays and just amazing at the game, dude, they know life out of this game. They play it literally 8, 10 hours, 12 hours every single freaking day. That's why they're so good at it. I mean, they also have a propensity to be good at the game, but with the actual natural talent of just being good at video games, they play it so much. Like Shroud, that guy plays more video games in 1 week than probably most of us play in an entire year. But the fact that they keep taking kill streaks, nerfing them down. I mean, this year as well, we have like the least amount of kill streaks out of any Call of Duty ever, I believe. Like I said, Modern Warfare 3, the biggest selling game of all time, that chase to get the Moab, that meta I was talking about. In Modern Warfare 2, the chase to get the nuke, the 25 kills, how the kill streaks, stacked on each other. They weren't unobtainable for an average player as well. Like, they had a perfect balance between, like, a lot of people get a Predator missile and it actually did damage. It was fun. It's like a Hellstorm pretty much, right? It only required 5 kills. Hellstorm missile, I believe, is 800 points. That's like 8 kills, or, if you're playing objective team mode games or whatnot, it's a little less, but 800. And then now you can equip Cold-Blooded, and the Cold-Blooded will make you invisible to that. I mean, of course, there's other perks in that perk system, that perk tray that, offset each other, and you have to make the decision about which one you want. But it just seems that this goes the wrong way. I mean, Call of Duty, it's a casual shooter. I've said this a million times. I don't want to keep repeating myself. It's not built on esports MLG. The huge majority of people who play the game, they may watch it once in a while. There are some real diehard. There are a lot of people who are big MLG fans, but the core base of Call of Duty still is overwhelmingly, percentage-wise, casual dudes looking to have fun. And the number one fun thing about Call of Duty, and what made Call of Duty so cool, when Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare came out, the first online shooter that did it was the perk system, which they still keep to this day. That's cool. But it was the kill streaks, the 3, 5, 7 right out the back, the UAV, whether it be a Predator missile or barrage of artillery, and then the chopper would come out, and then Modern Warfare 2 came out and took that to a whole nother level. Well, actually, let me take that back. World at War came out, and they had like the UAV, the dogs. I mean, the dogs were awesome. The artillery strike, it was great. It was a lot of fun. It was like, wow, when you got the dogs and someone calling the dogs, people were scared. When you were in the lobby and they had the dogs called in, you're like, oh man, these freaking Cujos are running around. You think the Nomad's dog is bad in Black Ops 4. Imagine like 10 of them on the map all at once. I mean, they could also be shot down. They weren't as crazy OP, just jumping around like a testosterone steroided out, pit bull, but they were like, they're pretty powerful, and people were like, oh my God. And so here's another thing too. I know this is the next thing is like, if they make the kill streaks too powerful, well then people just quit out. Like, they get overrun and just getting dominated by these awesome kill streaks. People are just going to quit out. And I was like, you know what then? Here's my answer. Do what Halo does. Do what other games do. Penalize people for leaving games. If you leave, you don't get XP. That's fine. But if you leave too many times, you get timed out. You just get timed out. That's the easiest one to do. Halo does that. You quit too many multiplayer matches, you can't play. The more you quit, the more you get timed out. Like sometimes you can get timed out for an hour. That's a good way to stop people and deterring them from switching out and leaving lobbies when you're getting your butt kicked. But yeah, here we are now, Black Ops 4. Not very many kill streaks. I mean, we haven't had a game-ending kill streak, they have, right? I know they had in the past, but like they're almost unattainable, and they don't even end a game. Like I think at COD World War II there was one that would come out, but 30 gun streak, kill streak or whatever, like, I mean, that's just, it just makes the game more campy on top of that. If you make the kill streaks too hard to obtain, and then when they do get them, they're not as powerful, or like, they need to basically weigh the cost, effort to, what you're actually going to get back, like the cost to reward value. And like, if the game requires so much effort, it's such a loss to get them, and people try to camp it out and they don't play, it's just, long story short, dudes, just to ruin my point, let's just end this video up here, guys. There's no point of having kill streaks, and that's what really actually makes Call of Duty the most fun, is the real long story short here for most of us, is the kill streaks, or at least it was. And if those can be so easily countered or destroyed just through simple, like, picking a perk or using a stupid lock-on missile to bring them down, then what's the point? I mean, the UAV in Black Ops 4, I think, is 6 kills, and then get shot down like that. So what is the point of running that? Honestly, why do you even have them in the game? It's just, this is why COD gets boring. This is why Call of Duty, at the end of the day, dies out after a few months, because there's no meta within the game besides the grind of unlocking that most of us don't have the time to do or care to do to get the dark matter camo or whatever other thing you're chasing. The meta within the game, within that match of trying to get cool kill streaks like a Moab or a Nuke or Modern Warfare 2 is not there, and it doesn't keep people playing, and it just ends up making it boring. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all I've got to say. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you haven't and you're new here, yeah, hit the subscribe button. And last but not least, check out my Twitters, by the way, also before I get Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, links in the description below. And last but not least, and most importantly, you stay black and don't let the honky cracker reptilian shapeshifter build you a moon base harp. There's brain chemtrails, not living into the job school, tar, sun, the behemoth, grow, work, shelters, life, music, hills, Jones, be like supporters, progress, game, white man. Bring it out.